Ridgid Tools introduces their all-new max output tools, and we got them here. So Ridgid Power Tools just released these all-new max output batteries and tools. Basically what they're trying to do is make their tools more powerful and at the same time make them smaller, which is a good thing because their octane tools were getting very large. A lot of people are really excited about these new tools from Ridgid. So what I'm going to do today is put this impact driver through hell and back. We're going to compare it a little bit to the Ridgid octane stuff. We're going to drive screws, even lag screws, down through a treated 6x6 with no pilot holes. Sit back, get subscribed, and let's get this video going. But what's cool about this new impact driver is that it is also smaller than the octane and even smaller than the Gen 5X. Now, a lot of people, including myself, did not like all that much the Ridgid octane impact driver. I did not think it had enough power, but does this. I mean, clearly it is smaller than even the Gen 5, but what's really cool about this is that even though people love the Gen 5, you get digital on this. It is not the analog switch back and forth, and you get the 3 mode select by simply pushing this button right here, and it'll go to low, medium, and high. Now, of course, the new impact driver is 100% brushless. The impacts per minute, you're looking at 0 to 4,200 IPM. On low, 0 to 900 RPM. On medium, you're looking at 0 to 2,000 RPM, and high, 0 to 2,900 RPM. Now, even though we covered the battery topic in a previous video, which I'll put a link right here, yes, I want to answer this again. You can absolutely use any Ridgid 18-volt battery that you have on these new tools. This is the Ridgid octane, and it works just fine. Here's the thing, the max output will give you more power to these tools, and not only that, they will give you more power to any Ridgid tools, especially the Ridgid octane. If you throw a max output on the Ridgid octane tools, it's just going to give you more power. Now, right off the bat, I love the size of this, even though some people are still upset that the batteries are the exact same size and the base is as well. That doesn't really bother me all that much. The thing that I'm worried about is weight, and can I get this into tighter areas if I'm a mechanic? Yes, you can, but again, the 2.0, the 2AH battery is a lower profile, so it definitely makes this thing lighter, and it's still got enough power to do most of the work that you want. You won't experience as much sag with a larger battery, but with the 2AH, you're gonna be fine, and I'll show you that here in a bit. And as promised, let's take this to hell and back. Okay, great. Right now I am in hell, otherwise known as the Youngstown, Ohio area. It sucks here. So here's what we got going on. Our basic general contractor screw here, and we got a Torx and a basic 2x4. We also have the 2AH battery on this, and the reason why I'm using the 2AH battery right now is because the 4AH is charging, and I want to show you that you can do just as much when it comes to basic stuff with the 2AH that you could with the 4AH. Come here, I'll show you. All right, so we got our quick release right here, and this will stand out for you. Just push that in, it'll lock. If I want to, just bring that all the way out, and then if I wanted to make it stand out like that, it will. So good touch there. Now, even though it is bright, it's daylight out, I can still see these numbers fairly well. I push that button here, and you can see that orange light that lights up, but no matter which way I tilt this, that orange light is always visible, so that's nice. You hit it again, it'll go to the 2, hit it again, it'll go to the 3, and then it just recycle. All right, so here's one of the nice things that I noticed right off the bat with this impact driver. On the older octane, if I put this in a selection mode, say 3, if I shut this thing off, it automatically went back to the first mode, which drove me nuts. I always had to recycle and get back to where I was, but if I put this on 3 or 2 or 1, it'll stay there the entire time. That's real nice like. All right, let's drive a couple of these down through a 2x4. Again, I am starting out on the first mode, the lowest, the slowest. Here we go. More control, that's real nice like. All right, mode 2, here we go. And of course, mode 3. Woo. Okay, great stuff. You're able to switch those modes up, and with the 2AH, you're fine when it comes to power doing your basic driving. However, there is one thing that I'm sort of bummed out about this, in that there is no auto mode on this tool. On the octane, they did have the auto. This, it does not, and I would have liked to have seen that. I'm just letting you know. And now we will begin using our famous treated 6x6 with no pilot holes. All right, right, let's do that again with the treated 6x6 with no pilot holes. We're going on number 1, slowest mode. Right. Whew, number 2 got some oomph. And number 3. Ay, ay, ay. Check that out again, man. Number 3, it got some speed on that thing. Woo. So now what we are doing is the 1/2-inch lag screw down through the treated 6x6 with no pilot. Now, some people do ask, why do you do the treated 6x6 with no pilot hole, a lag screw, and use this when you probably wouldn't do that in real life? Well, I think you'd be surprised. People actually do abuse their tools quite often in the real world, number 1. Number 2 is this is one hell of a test. There's so much friction from this going into that. It really puts these two to test. And number 1, I'm able to see, will it overheat? Will it start smoking? Will it just die? I mean, we are in hell. We don't want to see that. And number 2, it really gives me a gauge on how powerful these may or may not be. I've done this test so many times that I can tell simply by watching and feeling this thing go down in through that treated 6x6 with no pilot hole, whether or not this thing got some oomph or if it's just a little boy playing in a big man's schoolyard. That said, I did swap out the batteries and put the larger 4.0 on instead of the 2 so we don't see as much sag. Here we go. Mode 1. 3, 2, 1. Wow, it's going. A little bit more torque, so that's good. All right, so that was pretty cool. I was expecting one of 2 things. One is it was not going to do anything and just sort of, you know, hammer on it and it wasn't going to sink it at all, but it did. And number 2, I thought once I got down to a certain point, it was just going to stall out, and it didn't. It would have kept going, I think, all the way down. So this is mode 2 for you. All right, so far so good. Pretty impressed. I'll tell you right now, the Octane model wouldn't have been able to do that. I struggled in that video when I did the same exact test, and even on mode 2 and even mode 3, I really had issues driving these things down through. And so far on mode 2, I'm impressed. Let's move it up to mode 3. Even though there's less torque, it's fast. Usually on mode 3, you're able to drive these things down with no issue. Man, it is getting hot in here. Mode 3 for you to see. Damn. Wow. Wow. Holy crap, I could go further. I'll tell you, that is night and day. That is night and day compared to the Octane. Now, let me tell you why else I'm impressed about that. Number 1, it was faster than hell. Number 2, this thing has been left out in the winter of Youngstown for the last 6 months. Rain, snow, sleet. I'll be honest with you, it's a little moist. However, it didn't matter. In barely any heat, I mean, it feels fine up on top. It's a little warm, but that's normal. On the Octane model, this thing would have been hotter than hell. I'll be honest with you, I'm impressed. I love that they put a digital selector switch on here. As for feel and grip, I'll tell you what, man, this thing feels so much better than any other Ridgid impact that I've ever used, other than the compact. The compact is very small, but has nowhere near the amount of power that this thing has. The batteries on here seem legit, and you get the lifetime warranty on not just the impact, but you get it on the battery as well if you bought them separately. So all in all, right off the bat, super impressed by it. I am loving the compactness of this. You got that LED light down here if that's important to you. The grip feels really good. Love the size on this thing here, and really wish they would have put the auto mode on here. I think that's the one thing that's lacking. You know, everybody basically has it now. But other than that, I'm loving it. I'll leave a link in the description below for you to check this out. Now, I gotta get the hell out of here, but that being said, if you like this video or if this helped you in any sort of way, please don't forget to smash that like button. We'll be back with a couple tool duels with this going up against other impact drivers from other brands. So if you want to see it, get subscribed, hit that bell notification so you don't miss out. I always appreciate you stopping by, and with that, we'll be back with more videos soon.